Hello, and welcome again. One of the products we use on a daily basis is soap. Without soap, many problems can occur. There is no soap, there is no cleanliness. Try this. Wash your hands after a fatty meal with water. But without soap, you will find the fat sticking to your hands as if you had not washed it. Even if there are stains on your clothes, you will never know how to get rid of it without soap. But the strange thing remains. We have heard for a long time that soap is originally made from oils, which are fatty and better. Soaps are made from olive oil, organ oil, and other natural oils. That's why a question arises. How does soap clean our hands from oils and fats when it is originally made of oils and fats? I'm Bill. Before we start, if you are still new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe in order to deliver our videos to you one by one. In principle, we must understand that the soap on our sink is not a modern invention, nor is it an innovation from Mateen, nor even 500 years old. The manufacture of soap goes back more than 5,000 years, and this is just an approximate history. This is likely to be much older than that as well. It is said that the word soap goes back to an ancient Roman myth. Legend has it that he was on a mountain near Rome. People used to visit it to perform some religious rituals of their own. They offer sacrifices to God and talk about this. These offerings are often animals that are slaughtered and burned on the mountain. Of course, after they finish these rituals, they leave the ashes in their place and do not remove them. And it came to pass in time that the rain did not come down upon the mountain and mingled with ashes and grease. Accumulated animals. This bacon is a strange goo. When they used it, they found it effective in removing any fat present on the skin. And because the mountain was called Mount Sabo, he gave this strange substance the name soap. What we have is soap, but of course this is a myth, and there is no evidence for it. Therefore, we cannot rely on it and say that this is the beginning of the soap industry. Historians say that the oldest substance ever made resembles the soap we use today. It's the material I remembered on the clay tablets that go back a long way BC. What we know from it is that the Babylonians mixed animal fat with ashes and water. They used this substance to clean cloth and use it in skin treatments. And by the way, this is not the only civilization that mentioned something like soap in the Ibris Papyrus, which is considered one of the first Egyptian medical papyri, which dates back to the year 550 BC. It says that the ancient Egyptians used strong spells, mixed with animal and vegetable fats, in the manufacture of something that is soap used for medical and cosmetic purposes. Over time, the idea of soap spread to many other civilizations. Ancient Greek and Roman civilization. Ancient trade routes, such as the Silk Road, contributed greatly to the popularity of soap among people, and those in every country. Each time was made differently, but based on the same chemistry. But here remains a question. Is soap made in my time the same way they used to make soap in the past? It means ashes on animal fat, and talking about this, and the situation has not changed. The answer is simply no. Although the basis of the recipe has remained the same, the method has, of course, changed. We still use fats and alkaline substances like they used to do in the past, but the difference lies in the type of oils and alkalis themselves. The soap we wash with our hands now is the result of a chemical reaction. It occurs between an alkaline compound called sodium hydroxide and a mixture of fat, candles, and pure oils, but to reach the final form of the soap that we are using now. These ingredients must first go beyond a few steps in a process called pasting. The first step is to mix a type of oil. Let it be olive oil, castor oil, almond oil, or anything else with a quantity of fat and solid candles. They form the basis of the foam for which soap is famous. But in order for an interaction between them to form the soap that we know, Sodium hydroxide dipped in water is added to them. When they turn over each other, they come out a thick and sticky mixture that is soap. After this happens, this interaction remains successful. The last step comes, which is to add aroma and essential oils inside the soap because the soap continues to take the sweet wind on which we purify the soap. Then we take the soap while it is still in this liquid state and install it inside his molds to come out the soap cubes we use. After we learned how soap is made and that oil and fats are an essential part of its manufacture. How did this soap, which was originally based on oil and fat, removes the oil and fat on our hands? Just like we make soap through chemical reactions. Soap also works through chemical reactions. We have been saying for a while that soap is not only made of oil and fats. This is a basic condition in its composition, which is the alkaline compound. The alkali compound is sodium hydroxide. This boat loves water like his eyes. Unlike oils and fats that are used in soap making and that hate water. Here we are faced with a substance whose composition is composed of two completely opposite compounds. One loves water and one hates it. Here's the secret. What happens is that the molecules that hate water are absorbed into fat like the one on the surface of your hand, somewhere while you were eating, and begin to form large particles. And the molecules that love water begin to surround it from every direction. Since the molecules that love water will be attracted to the water coming out of the faucet, they will go. It takes the fat particles in its throat as it comes down with the water. This issue occurs inside the foam that comes down with running water, and that's why every soap makes foam every time it is added. Since the outer surface of bacteria and some viruses is surrounded by a fatty membrane, they also crowd into the middle of these bubbles and go down with those who are going down. Since soap contains an alkaline substance, it has the ability to reduce the growth of fungi and microorganisms present on skin. And that's why, in addition to the importance of soap in cleanliness, soap is also considered more effective means that we can rely on to get rid of germs and reduce any infection. I think we all knew this well during the corona. After all, this is the soap, not far from being the hidden soldier who protects the human race from the dangers of diseases, which could threaten me. One last thing we need to know is that the products we use for cleaning, whether you clean our hands or clothes, or we take a shower with them, it is actually not soap, even if we call it product soap, such as dish soap. Laundry powders and shampoos are considered detergents, not soap. Soap, as we explained, is mainly based on fat in its composition, and oils mixed with an alkali. Cleaners are a group of chemicals. Industrial solutions have nothing whatever to do with fats, and its cleaning function remains fully maintained. To reduce the surface tension of the water and dismantle fat particles and dirt from any surface, it means the chemical reaction that occurs in ordinary soap between particles that love water and particles that don't. As we said, it won't happen with the rest of the cleaners. If you focus, you will find that recently many people have replaced soap with detergents. Even in personal uses, instead of a cube of soap, people began to use wash for their hands, makeup, and body. Whether it's a hand sop, shower gel, and all this talk, this detergent is stronger than regular soap in cleaning. However, ordinary soap is biodegradable rapidly, while most detergents do not decompose. In addition to Biss soap, there will be calcareous deposits if we use it to wash clothes, or not cubicles, for example. While the other detergents do not do this, but also on the other side, normal soap has less negative effects on humans or the environment in general, with a lot of detergents, all of which are artificial materials. With a lot of detergents, all of which are artificial materials. However, there are types of it that have therapeutic and cosmetic properties. There's no way she's in detergent. But that's it. Here we end our episode. If you like it, hit the subscribe button to receive all the new notifications from Curious Corner. And yeah, see you soon.